So we have those hand choppers, you know, the plastic.
Hi.
The like those plastic choppers with the little, you know, these little blades where you can throw like an onion in there, a tomato, a cucumber, whatever, and it'll just instantly like dice it on different sizes for you. But it's always the plastic stuff, and it's got like the small little bucket. We're big eaters, and we eat nothing but vegetables. So let's go big, right?
And plastic free.
And plastic free. As much as possible. As much as possible. Any plastic you take out is always a plus. So we got this big jammer. It's all stainless steel. Blade stainless steel, the frame stainless steel. The plastic, we'll call them little pushers. These are plastic. And BPA free, but you're gonna see why they need to be plastic in a minute. So, okay, so we've got different sizes. You know, you've seen these different sizes. You know, this is, I'm gonna make this up. I think this is 1/8 inch. I think this is 1/4 inch. And I think that's like 1/2 inch. I think that's right actually. A lot of these that I looked into, they only come with one. So this one that we bought, make sure it comes with, if you only use one ever in your life, then fine. But we like the variety for chopping different things if we're making different things.
We bought the one that comes with 3.
Right. So, you know, if you wanted little super tiny pico de gallo sized onions, or if you wanted like little salad sized pieces of cucumber, you know, it's always good to have options. So, okay. So you'll see these kind of have, like, you took it apart, and of course, if you're a man, you put the instructions somewhere, you don't know where it is. So, all right, so I have 2 holes here, and I have 2 like little bumps here that hold everything together. That's what these divots are for. So
Let me see the divots.
So knob, divot. All right, that's good. So you have these bars with the adjustable little bump stops on the bottom here. So if you'll see, I have them measured out, so it puts right in here, and you can't tell, but it's perfectly flat on the bottom.
What do you adjust the knobs for? Why are they adjustable? Do you know?
I think it all depends on. So here, so I can move these. So you can move them. I don't totally know. I mean, if you wanted, I don't know, if you wanted it to just come to the ground.
Okay.
I don't. You'll have to check the instructions for that.
Okay.
I do not know the answer to that, but what I do know is, and I'm sure there is a reason, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point, these are adjustable, and I'm kind of figuring this is the way that it's supposed to work.
Okay.
Again, boy, don't read instructions. So these things kind of wiggle at the bottom. You see down here, this little, it's almost like an inverted screw.
Yep.
Okay. You know when you put like, when you buy like a toilet paper holder or like a towel holder, it's always to have, and you know, you don't want to have like screws and stuff shown. On the bottom, you'll always see some little guy like this where you use an Allen wrench.
Which came with the product.
Which came with it. So remember those little, it's kind of like a indent, like a little cuff here. That's what this is kind of locking itself into.
And I'm just going to say, I took it out of the box, and I hate unboxing videos, so we didn't like do that
So
part.
there it is. I got a decent amount of tension right there, and now it's in. Now it's good. So now when you use this, it won't wiggle and jiggle as much as it possibly could. So back one, too.
The thing that we didn't show you is always when it comes out of the box, just wash it with a little warm water and soap.
Right. Don't over tighten. Okay, so I make sure that this one, so you have these. You have these little, I just use this because I like them a little tighter.
And you just put the one that you want on.
Right. So these come out, this new size will go in, you line it up, and you screw them in. Okay. So, nice little snug fit. Don't over tighten anything. This is like plumbing. Don't over tighten anything. This is not, it's not on a car where it's getting constantly banged on. So, okay, fits. Okay?
Okay.
There's a little test fit. I have read, and the reason why I'm okay with these things here being plastic, I've seen them where it's all metal, whether it's steel, whether it's aluminum, whatever it is, these bend. They'll start to bend, and they bend.
They'll never fit in
they
right.
bend once, you're a goner. You're a goner. So, all right. So now we have this arm here.
I
Yup.
thought that thing was just like a
Nope.
little leg.
So now it comes with a little pin right here with a little finger grab. So you line it up. It's
Wait,
a little
I'm sorry, I can't see.
here, so I'll go
Oh, yeah,
backwards.
yeah.
So it's a
Okay.
little snug, and it's a little awkward getting around these. You can back up a little bit.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. It's not
There we go.
microsurgery. You can so you just line the holes up as best you can. You get this little guy in here. There we go. You feel it come out the other side. That's it. It's supposed to be all a little loose here. Okay. So then you bring it up. You throw your whatever in here, and this is all just force. So rather than, hey, listen, nobody loves the chopper where you come down and you slap the chopper and everything works. You don't need that, because you have this the way this is turned, this gives you even more force to push down.
So what do you do to catch the food? You did all the research, I didn't. So this is like sort of new to me.
So you can do one of a few things. You can,
Wait, we just put a bowl under there?
yeah, I mean, you can
Parchment paper.
put the parchment paper under there to catch your food. You can throw, one of those. You can throw, the deeper one of, no, maybe you can't. So we throw that in there. So then we take, what do we got? Give me something. Give me something we can try here. All right, so we go through onions like crazy in this house, and the smaller the better, just because, nobody likes to bite into chunks of onion except me, but I'm weird. So, all right, so here we go. So we quartered a red onion. So I don't know how this is gonna work, so we're gonna try this. So I quartered it. Okay, so let's make sure this is okay.
Ooh. Okay, that's super cool.
I mean, that is incredibly above average. So there you go. That's, you could be looking at this and be like, well, my little chopper does the same thing. Yeah, it does, but so this is just one of the things. Stainless steel, it's, that was a lot less jarring than, the giant slapping chop.
And the
By the time I get this
plastic
right.
one is, we've been using it for years, but we wanted something sturdier. Where
Right.
this is gonna last our lifetime.
Right, because you know what? Listen, those plastic things. We try all the different kind of gadgets and different things, and the plastic things and the little, $20 on Amazon or wherever. They're great for about a year.
Yeah.
Things get dull. Things, you're dropping them in the wash, and they're not the highest grade quality. They're good in a pinch. They're good if you want disposable kitchen tools. But this, it feels solid. It's built solid. It's doing the job. And what I'm gonna try next, maybe we'll come back to it. So I want to take like the half inch, right? The bigger one. So the little one makes, literally little tiny squares. But this one, the one thing that we don't have in the big chop, in the slap choppers, the little plastic ones, you don't have the height. All of your chopping happens like this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're always trying to find different snacks. I make a lot of dressings. What do we stick in the dressing? What do we stick in the dressing? How many times do we have cucumbers cut into little circles? What about like French fry cut cucumbers, where they're like sticks? Just the angle here. So if you had, and I'm just putting this in just for fun, so it'll come straight down. So it's a straight, so you're coming straight down instead of like this. You're not doing Pac-Man, you're doing trash compactor, like this. So let's, turn that off. Let's grab a cucumber and let's try that.
Okay, so you're gonna now change the blade.
So I pulled that pin out. So now this kind of disassembles this. And this comes up the track. And so remember, I want to have this smaller one. Let's call it 1/8 of an inch. I really think it is 1/8 of an inch. So now, just a little to unlock it. I start. It's a little stiff until you get it started. But all right. So while I'm doing this, so a couple things that I've noticed. So we affectionately refer to the little plastic guys as slap chops. That's not what they're called. But you come down and it's like a game. It's like whack, you whack that thing. Now, physics says that's the best way to get as much force as possible all at once. You don't have that. You don't have that slap where you got to lean into it a little bit, and it's a little tougher. It's a little tougher to use. Full disclosure. But again, we've been using this for about 45 seconds. So, good Lord. So it's. I'm sure it's a process. Come back to us a week from now and be like, oh yeah, I totally got it. I figured out. I got to put my hands and put my supporting hand and. Another thing, this is, especially with onions, you can probably hear the dogs in the background. So we have dogs. So I'm going to use the biggest one. So we have dogs, and, whenever we're making onions, those of you with dogs, that's a no-no. So we got to be really careful. The one thing that was nice about those little slap chops, they're going into a container. So you can slap it as hard as you want, and you don't have to worry about anything spraying anywhere. Well, a couple of little pieces of onion, kind of, when we did it, they jumped out of the bowl. And so is it a deal breaker? No. It's just something to take note of. And again, it's something that we just have to get used to. So.
And we're just super careful about onions because it's so deadly to dogs.
Right.
Who's right there.
Or also, and nobody wants to make I do. I love to make a mess. But nobody wants to make a mess. And so, yeah, is this a little messier? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. And again, I need that little, you put it away.
I did.
Like everything else, I don't know where you, okay, here it is. So,
it came with a little baggie.
So, when we have...
So it doesn't get lost.
When we make changes, so, the little slap chop guy, we have a lot of these. A lot of these where you open up the slap chop, you take this thing, you take it out, put it down, take your other one, you put it right back in. Kind of easy. This is a little more effort. So, in order to change the blade, and again, I'm hopeful that this will all be worth it. Like I said, it's
the first time we're using it, so.
Right.
But even in the slap chop, if you're like us, I know we have 3 blades. We predominantly use 1 blade.
We do.
So this is not a lot of changing out.
Right.
But it is changing out, and you're 100% right. It is.
I'm glad that's recorded.
The slap chopper is far easier.
It's quicker. It's it's less. Yeah. It's less maintenance.
Yeah.
More slap, less maintenance. Is it going to be better? I mean, listen. I am of the mind. You can probably see in the background. Just bought a French press. We got a French press, and we have a Keurig, and you know what? They do the same thing, but under different circumstances. So, I don't think we'll get rid of the slap chop. I know. I don't think we'll get rid of those slap chop guys, but...
Yes, we will. He doesn't know it, but
maybe we will. So, okay. So, I think it's okay to have multiple tools to do different flavors of the same job.
We're still going to get rid of it.
That's fine. I don't really care.
We're going to donate them.
Okay. So here we go. Okay. So, yes, took a minute, but now we are ready to go. So, all right. Cats beware. Cats hate cucumbers. So we've got a cucumber, right? So let's try this. Okay. What's that? That's probably 3 inches.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Let's I don't. This is not going to explode. Here, let's try this.
Yeah, that might be good.
Just right on top here. So now, full disclosure, I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, we literally are using this for the first time.
Okay, so again, for those of you who have cut onions, who have cut cucumbers, this is softer. This is obviously softer and more pulpy inside than an onion is. So I don't feel like I have to slam down on this thing, but let's see what happens.
Look, Han's curious.
I know. I don't know either, man. You ready?
Oh, yes! Just like you said it would.
So, there you go.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think of it doing it that way.
So, for snacks, for, your crudité or whatever it is. But okay. Is this, do you need your cucumbers cut up like this?
Yes.
We do. I don't know if you do. But the one thing that I can say is you cannot do this in the slap chop. Because like I said, it's more Pac-Man.
That's right.
This is more trash compactor.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
This gives you the height. It's all about the angle. It gives you the height. I could have even gone higher. You know what I'm saying? So that's, so let's say I would even call that 5 inches. Say 4 inches. 4 inches. I always go by 4 inches to me as a bathroom tile. That's 4 inches, so you can kind of think of it that way. As far as height, look in your bathroom and you look at the tiles. I'm not saying this is everybody's tiles, but like those squares that you see, or like the subway tiles. A lot of them, they're like 4 inches by 4 inches. That's how I gauge what 4 inches is right off the bat. So like I said, this is probably a little over 3. You got a lot of room to spare, so you can go higher with this. I don't know if you'd want to, but that's certainly a benefit of this.
That's awesome.
Over the slap chop.
Yep.
So there we go.
We could not do that.
We got a fridge full of vegetables. I mean, we can do anything with it, like any of the long vegetables, like zucchini or like squash. Even like peppers, if you wanted to kind of like slice them up like that. Carrots. Yeah, all these things. And you know what? So you saw us use the smallest, 1/8 of an inch, and you saw us use the biggest, 1/2 of an inch. So, and we got a 1/4 inch in the middle. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. A little messy still.
All right.
So yeah, that's it. So far so good, and we're just gonna keep playing with it.
All right. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel because we buy this stuff with our own money, even the dog wants. And we try to do as many reviews and put togethers as possible. Leave a comment and definitely share
There you go.
when you can and subscribe.
Thanks.